recording.
Yeah, Friday I went out with one of my friends, shot a lot of video. No real story. Kind of hard to do anything without a story. I tried to edit it into something. Really didn't work. The only thing I got out of it was some practice with color correction, and that was that train video I did. There should be 2 copies of it on my channel. One of them was color corrected, and then I recolor corrected it and came up with the final one that I like. It's not really up there as a video for you guys to view. I put it there so I could share it with some friends that were out with me, so they can see what I did. I think it really came out kind of cool, though. I quit talking with my hands so much. And I think I even shot it in 24 frames a second instead of the normal 30, which is vlogs usually done in 30 because I use a variety of cameras. So anyway, what I can do is I can show you my camera rig that I'm using. It's actually built out of a couple things. I've got a cage and a shoulder rig. The shoulder rig came with the follow focus, and I don't really use the follow focus when I have it as a shoulder rig. I use the follow focus when the camera's on a tripod. I made it very modular. I bought a bunch of quick release plates. I can put the camera directly on the tripod with those quick release plates, or I can put it on the shoulder rig, or I can put it on in the cage with the follow focus, and then put that on the tripod, or I can just run, or I can put the whole thing on the shoulder rig. You know, it makes it more versatile, makes it easier to change the battery in the camera, because if it's in the cage, if you look at the cage and how it's designed, you can't get to the battery compartment on the camera. This gives it a little elevation. I can get into the battery compartment on it, or I can take the camera off and it just they just snap in. Here, I'll show you with my GoPro. Because this is basically how they all work. Just kind of put it like that and snap it down. You're good to go. And then when you want to release it, you just pull the, that's the lock. You just pull the lock back, and then it comes right off. So, you know, that works really well. And everything, see, this has got one too, so I can put this on the tripod or anywhere I need it. And then the camera's got one on it as well. So, you know, it makes it a lot easier to deal with the camera gear, because you can use just what you need. You don't have to have the whole thing, because it gets heavy. I mean, this cage weighs quite a bit. Follow focus is useless on the cage. It's kind of useless on the shoulder rig. I mean, it's easier to use the focus ring on the camera rather than this when it's on the shoulder rig. But when it's on the tripod, you've got a monitor, you know, attached to it. Then you can use the follow focus. Whoops, and of course you can't see it. This is the follow focus over here. This little gear ring goes on your focus ring, and then your camera sits in there, and then this adjusts to where your camera and lens is, and then you have this knob that'll do your focus. And then you can write on this with dry erase markers. So if you have focus points for certain, you know, certain marks, you know, you're all set. You can just dial right to it and rack focus in. And that's what it's designed to do. It's not real practical on the shoulder rig when you can do the, and the thing is it's on the it's on my left side. So to use it, I have it balanced on this shoulder. This hand is holding the whole thing, and normally you'd have like this hand here. Oh, let me grab it. So you have it, and it's sitting on your shoulder, and you have to hold it with one hand if you want to use the follow focus. For me, it's more balanced if I just use the focus ring on the lens and not use the follow focus when I'm using it as a shoulder rig. When it's on a tripod, it's a different story. So that's basically my shoulder rig, my cage, and everything I use on my DSLR. And it makes it, you know, more versatile, but it also makes it more cumbersome.